G'day guys, Dr. Joss here again. I just finished watching the address by the Prime Minister. He was extending and clarifying some of the restrictions that they had announced on Sunday. It was quite an interesting talk and lots of good questions asked by the reporters. Brendan Murphy, the Chief Medical Officer, was also talking there as well. I won't go into the restrictions necessarily. You can watch that yourself or see the updates in the news over the next day or so, but I think the main issue that people are probably still wondering about is schools. Why haven't they been closed is the question on most people's minds. We're talking lots about the kids, but we also need to remember that there's teachers working there too. Some of those teachers would be at high risk of complications from the coronavirus, whether they're immunosuppressed or have a history of cancer, or even just because of their age. So there's lots of different things that we need to think about. I know that some people's opinion is that we should definitely close schools, others is that we should continue them going forward. I was listening to a webinar last night by an epidemiologist from Brisbane, and he was talking about the fact that kids do not seem to be a major contributor to the spread of this particular disease, which is different to other viruses like influenza. And so far, schools haven't been shown to be places of community transmission yet. So that's one of the reasons that the schools are being left open for now. It is people's jobs who do work there, so shutting schools means people potentially not getting paid. I'm not sure how arrangements with income would work for teachers and cleaners and ground staff and all those sorts of, there's lots of jobs around schools, not just the teachers. So that's another essential service, as the Prime Minister was talking about before. But also, so far, the schools haven't been shown. There's actually not a whole lot of community transmission that's gone on yet in the country, which is a really good thing. So the majority of cases are still cases that have been imported. So people who've arrived with symptoms, with or without symptoms, but then have consequently tested positive for the disease. And then there's been a few people who've been contacts of those people who've contracted coronavirus. And there has been small pockets, particularly in New South Wales, and I believe the Gold Coast, or I'm not 100% sure about that, where there has been pockets of random people popping up with the disease, which is the community transmission that we're sort of sitting back and waiting for, but it hasn't continued to spread from there. So, and that's a really good thing, and that's because of the measures. The reason for these measures and the restrictions that they've been putting out over the last few days is because of those pockets of community transmission that have started to occur, and the idea is to limit them, and that's through this term called social distancing. So I'll post a video tomorrow about social distancing and about the goals and what we're trying to do and why it works and what we're trying to prevent. But just wanted to quickly update you with regards to the Prime Minister's speech just now. So I'll sign off for tonight, but I'll talk to you again tomorrow.